And welcome, Phil Truscott.
Well, what a great, relaxed way to do an interview. I've got the cuppa in hand, homemade banana cake. It's just all good.
Phil, I already know a fair bit about you, but for the sake of those people listening and Satera and Maka, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Certainly can. Yeah, well, I started off as a young fellow working for my father and grandfather as a teller, would you believe, in a shop. I used to do all the money transactions. In the old days, they had all those carts that used to run up to the head office. I don't know whether you're old enough to remember that, but that's what I used to do. I used to do the money there. I then became a musician and and a school teacher as well, teaching music. I then became a financial advisor after that, and then the last job is this, doing counselling for this counsellor job for eight years. Come whenever that was, a couple of weeks' time, isn't it? When we changed over. Yeah, that's me. A musician, of course, was probably the most exciting part of my life, but I'm also very happily married and have 6 kids and 15 and a half grandkids, which is excellent. Love life.
Because you were in a musical band with your brothers, weren't you?
I was, yes, yeah. I hate to say it, but started very young, 16, 70s and 80s. That's correct. Yep, we did. We had a lot of fun. It was great.
Phil, if you're re-elected to council, what do you hope to achieve?
Well, look, in the time frame that we got, on this interview, it's pretty hard to work out. Like, practically speaking, my area, I look after from the Tanana Bridge, which is the Lammy Bridge, all the way to the Gunelda Range, and one of the biggest demands there on me is infrastructure, which is very expensive, like roads but as well as that, I look after the Tanana and the Maribor area, which is arts and affordable. But in a nutshell, I really think the bottom line would be to make it a vibrant, a livable, and exciting place, and a place where people actually want to live. That's how I'd sum it up in simplistic terms, or a nutshell, as you would call it.
Thanks, Phil. And as you know, in council you will need 5 other votes to achieve anything in the chamber. How will you build trust with your fellow councillors? Because some of them will be new. And how will you be an effective team player? Yeah,
well, see, I know this sounds simplistic, again, very simplistic, but it's actually the way life is. If you're nice to people, sensible and logical, and also listen to the other, 10 councillors, because 11 all up, listen to them when they have a need, and treat them the same way as you would want to be treated. That's how you do it. In fact, that's how we've done it for the last 4 years. In fact, I said this at our last meeting, which was last week. This has been a very good council, very cohesive. We work well together, and we usually obviously have to listen to the arguments and the facts, but we usually get on very well. And because there's so much to do in this job, as some councillors and ex-councillors would know, you have trouble keeping the full bottle on everything. So what you have to do is rely on others' opinions, which is a good way of having divisions. So if someone came to me with a problem in another division, I would just listen to that, and then hopefully they would listen to me when I talked about the need in my division. But that has worked well for the last 4 years, maybe 8 years, and that's how I would do it. But that sounds simple, doesn't it? But if you're a disliked person, sometimes we are humans, so we don't want to tend to listen to the other person's point of view. So that's how I would do it. That's how I've done it, and it works well.
Phil, thank you so much for your time and participating in this chat to the candidates. Wish you all the best for the coming week, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side of it.
Thank you.